So I don't know if this is actually gonna work, but I've got this little bug in my brain, so I have to at least try. And basically, I came across someone making felt flowers on Facebook, and I was like, that looks like fun! But also, I don't really want just a bouquet of flowers. What if I incorporate it onto a canvas somehow, so it's like a 3D element? Kind of like how I added those like paper flowers in that one painting, which I'll have linked. That was kind of like a spur of the moment idea, so now I wanted to try that, but maybe better. So I did buy some felt. I'm not sure if this is the right stuff because it's like really thick. And that's not really the felt of my childhood. I want to recreate this flower. I even have this bow still. I don't really have the exact colors I need, but I have these colors, which are similar. But I have my fabric scissors. Oh, and I got some of these thingies, which I can hopefully like poke into the canvas. I haven't picked out my canvas yet because I don't think I can really plan how big it's going to be. So I figured, let's make the felt flower, then pick out a canvas that works well with that. Anyway, let's see what happens. Hopefully something good. So the center is like this dark brown color. And I think I'm gonna do is cut a strip that will roll. And I saw in one of the videos that they like cut little lines into it and then they can bend it around and it creates that like the little parts of the flower, you know? I don't actually know what I'm doing, but we're gonna try. Let's try it. Hopefully this bends, because right now it looks like it kind of creases. Again, not the felt of my childhood. We have like a strip, and then what they did was they kind of cut down into this piece, and they created little like tiny guys, and then they went all the way down, if I remember correctly. I also should mention that I watched this video like a month ago, and I am just now sitting down to try, and I should refresh. We'll wait till we fail. Why not? We cut all the way along and created this sort of edge fringe. Now we're gonna cut the corners off. Go all the way down again. And then flip her over and do the same thing. I feel like I'm supposed to round these, but I don't know if I have the patience for that. So now they're like little fence posts. Let me try rounding them. That look better? Might be worth the effort. I'm kind of glad this isn't the soft felt because I feel like it might actually be more difficult to use that. Okay, so then you're supposed to like take one of these guys, I think, and you glue him on there and just roll around. Is this kind of wide enough, or do we need another layer of brown maybe? We could switch to the lighter brown, add a layer of that. Ooh, I like that idea. So I'm gonna repeat that on the lighter brown. Let's try and make it the same size. There's my measuring tool. Try and be straight. Think straight thoughts. Okay. Guess that was harder said than done. I'm gonna try doing it curved from the get-go. See if that has better results. There we go. Okay. What we need to do is take the glue and somehow fuse these two pieces together. So maybe just put a little glue on the end here and stick her in. Oh, come on. We don't need this to dry on me. We just need to wrap it. I'm like so scared of getting glue on me. It hurts, you know. I'm sure you've done it before. Everybody knows what that feels like. A little more glue. And rotate. Is that right? I'll let that cool and maybe like grab these and kind of like twist them. This is way too long. What if I just bend it? Hey, kind of scrunch her up. But yeah, it's all nice and textured. A little bunt to the flower, and then once we add this, it'll look more like that. Ooh, I love the two tones because they're kind of subtle. Okay, let's glue her on. Just a little glue right here. Oop, that was a lot of glue. Shoot! I'm gonna start here and push down so the glue squirts out the bottom instead of the top. I'll let that dry. One thing I didn't buy that I think was suggested was flower tape to thicken up this. So who knows, might be making a trip to the store. We will see. Now I just kind of lay this down. Let's try giving it a little spin. And we're going round the bottom of the flower. Oh, got some on my finger. Ouch! Ooh, it looks really cool. Just gonna grab some and squish them in. Or twist. Ooh, what if I twist them? There's like our core. I think we can start working on a yellow maybe, but I want to do the same thing because we haven't really gotten to a different shape on the flower yet. It's still like these tiny little guys. So now I'm going to take the light yellow. I think I'll go the long ways. All right, think straight thoughts. I really tried that time. Not too bad, not too bad. Let me just do that same exact thing again. A little tedious, but I mean, look at it. It's working really well, so I understand why it's a thing. I think I should be doing smaller ones, which will take longer, but might look better. Issue is I could have folded this in half and done half the cutting. You know, like this. You live and you learn. I'm sure this won't be the last. It is really hard to see where you've cut, which I was not expecting. All right, finished the yellow one. It's very rough. Just doing a little dry fit. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more yellow. It needs to almost be that wide in yellow. This is gonna be huge. Also, I just ended up with it too long. I have to cut that smaller. Better, that's better. Okay, we need a little bit of glue on the end of this, and then stick it on here. Let that dry a little. Out of the way. Lay in the glue line. Bloop, 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 bloop. And roll it, but pretty tight. And just spin. Also gonna try my little twisty technique. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It creates a different shape in there. Twist, and I'm pulling it back out. Twist till you start hearing a little bit of a rip, then let go. Okay, so we definitely need at least another yellow. We could probably stop with the light yellow and switch to the dark yellow at this point. Switch to this. Oh, but I don't know if I have enough. Let's do another light colored one. I just realized I'm gonna have really long petals on the outside. Let's do another ring of the light yellow. Cut some felt again. It's gonna be a lot of this. I'm trying to make these look a little longer. Go all the way into the cut. All right, let's see what this looks like. So they're kind of slowly getting longer. Oh yeah, this is looking good. The effort is paying off. Let's glue her on. That cool before we start tugging on it. Same process here. You should be used to it by now. I am. Start rolling. Squish that. What do we think? I'm like really happy with this thing. I'm also gonna grab a couple and twist them. That's cool too. I'm just gonna squish it. See what happens. I just want it more opened. Aw, cute. Now we're really gonna have to start making them longer, I think. Should I just like, I don't know, cut out petals and glue them? That might also take longer. What if I just try longer? We'll do the same technique, but longer. And slightly bigger petals as well. Ta-da! And curve them. Now I feel like it's going to be more important that they're actually rounded and petal-like because they're going to be bigger and more noticeable. That was a lot faster, probably because they're so much bigger. I need to think if I want one more thin layer. Does seem too big. Let's do one more tiny layer. Might as well, because it's like, it's not like I can go back in and fix this afterwards. You have to put each layer on one at a time, so might as well make it something I'm happy with. Ah, so much faster. Okay, so is that better? I think we're on the right track. I kind of wonder if I want one thin orange layer in there though. I'll try the skinny version. I just want to try something, see how it looks. Grab this macaroni. This looks like Kraft mac and cheese. Kind of want to see what it looks like kind of stuck in there. We're gonna have this darker color on the outside. It might just look too random. I don't know. I could be wrong. Give it a little trim, a little shaping. So we'll go dark orange next. Blue, blue, please. And then roll it through the glue with our macaroni color. Need another tiny one. I wish I knew how long I needed this to be because it's in my way. Add some more glue. I also had a layer of glue on the bottom if for some reason they started squishing in any specific direction. All right, now we're gonna do this bigger boy. That little glue dot there. And then I wanna line up this bottom edge with the bottom of the flower. Let that cool a second before I'm tugging on it. But we can also lay some glue. I'm gonna try and do a consistent bead. Nope, not happening. Start to roll, keeping the bottom edge lined up best I can. Wow, this is getting... We might actually be almost done. Is this okay to do? This isn't gonna undo the whole thing. Also, I want to try and twist a large petal and see what that does. Little curly guys. It's all right. Let's move on to the long petals, I think. We've basically gotten to like this layer, I think. So now they need to be coming out and folding downwards. So I'm gonna cut a strip and then we can cut that strip into petals. Like this is a petal, right? It needs to kind of round off it there. Maybe come inwards. Is that like a petal? I wonder if I could like fold it. Ooh, if we glue it more like this. Because what I want is it for it to bend. Let's just cut a bunch of these in both colors and see what happens. All right, that gives us 4. Basically, we crease it here, and then I bend it down like that, and then I crease it the other way. So let's glue this little piece there, and do a bunch of these. And then I can just glue those pieces on, right? Pinch and hold, pinch and hold. Pinch. Okay, we've got 5 petals. Let's try it. We'll glue in the little crease and find a nice spot to put it. Like here. Hey, he stays. Blob it. Oop, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's also just not the right shape. How's that looking? It's looking a little sunflower. These might be too big. Might have had to need to start a little smaller. That's all 5 of the petals I made. Are they too big? I need something like that thick would be proper. Let's try them. Okay, I love the big chunky ones, but the flower I'm trying to create is more like these thin ones. So I guess I'm doing that. I'm gonna cut as little far in as I can without cutting the other guys. Yeah, they are kind of separating. That's good, that's good. It's hard to do this without cutting all of them. I need tinier scissors. It's a lot bigger than the original flower was. Now I need to cut this so we know what we're working with. These are the new petals. Cut a couple of these out. 6. I just want to glue them on. I'm trying to be patient. Do them all at once. 8. I am gonna glue them on. I don't care what I said about patience. Alright, so I actually grabbed my, ooh, this is disgusting. Didn't know they got this dirty. Anyway, got my hair straightener. I just kind of want to see if this works. Just gonna do a slight curl. Ooh, doesn't that look so much more like a flower? What if I can just not use the back, just push down on it or clamp it like this? I don't know, we're experimenting. Hey, that might actually be working. They're kind of coming outwards. Woo! I think actually, now that I've done that, I could probably get away with just one more layer, right? Just to fill it in and make it more circular. Wait, let me check the reference. Yeah, it does need quite a few more layers because I need to like curl down and like fill in that shape. You know what I might do? Let's make a strip of the, what did I call it? Craft dinner. Because it'll kind of be a filler layer and then we can do the outside layer with this. Does that make sense? Or do I want this on the outside layer? Well, either way, we gotta cut out a bunch. So let's get to it. I wonder if it would make sense to curl it first. This isn't really hot anymore, but... It's getting a little artsy-fartsy, but I don't have enough fabric and we gotta make it work. It is what it is. Don't mind me, just curling my felt. Yeah, so we're gonna put the glue on the outside of the curve and then glue it between a space. Ta-da! Glue. It should really fill her in. I hope it looks good from the other side because I can't see. Take a peek, Ski. Woo! That looks so good. Just get rid of the webs. Wow, okay. And then we'll have one more layer, hopefully have enough of the light color. Maybe I'll have to count. But let me go ahead and cut another strip of this. We need at least 7 more. And keep them kind of skinny. That seemed to look the best. And 7. All right, let's curl them. Now it really looks like macaroni. Alright, turn that off. Start gluing. This is a little too long. I might need to shrink these. Okay, we'll trim all of these a little bit. Just give it a little trim. That should do it. Gluey, gluey. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, now I want one more layer of the light yellow. I hope I have enough. Technically need 17 of them, so they'd have to be really skinny. I might actually get all 13. Was that what I needed? 17? I hope it wasn't 17. We'll just make as many as we can and work with that. Trim, trim, trim. Gotta curl them. They look like Pringles. Alright, alright. Now, where do I want to stick them? I think I'm gonna put them between. I don't want these to be so important, so if they're underneath, I feel like they'll be less visible. Unfortunately, it makes things a little difficult. I wonder if I put this on my paper towel roll. Is this helpful at all? Maybe, because then I don't have to hold it. So let's add a little glue, find a way to stick her in there, and just continue our way around. Working our way through the Pringles. I'm gonna just go all the way around, and then if we have extras, go for the weak points. But, like, flowers don't end up usually looking perfect in that way anyway. We're running low, we're running low. Got very lucky, I think. I could have run out sooner. I think I will use these. We'll figure out where to put them. Hey, I got 4. And that is the last of the yellow. Where do I want to stick them though? I feel like I need to look at this better. I feel like this feels a little empty here. Yeah, there's literally a missing spot. Stick them in here. Here's a good spot. I am so happy. This looks like a flower. I would love an extra layer, but I don't think I want to do another layer of dark orange. You know what? I don't know if you're sick of watching me cut out petals at this point, but I'm about to do it again. And Pringleize them, although these are not the same color. But yeah, let me just fill in these little gaps. You see how the top there's like more gaps? And just fill those in. And some glue. Like that. Glue. And like that. So much easier to do this from the bottom. Squeeze. So I just need one more. Stick that on there. Alright. The reveal. Boop-boop. Okay, it doesn't look that much different from the top. Next, I think we have to add like a base. I'll probably use this light green. But basically, I need some kind of shape to cover this. I kind of just want to build up a little bit so that it's more of a cone shape. We could use this first. Just kind of glue this in as a big ball. I don't know, just shove a little glue in there. Just kind of throw this in here. I think that's enough. It's not going to be very coned shape, but it's kind of more difficult than I expected it to be, and I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, let's try and just make a shape. I'm not sure how to go about this because I can't see the underside of the flower, but I'm thinking some kind of starburst. How do you cut a starburst? I kind of want to draw it. So I don't know what I'm doing. Something like that. It's not perfect. Oh no, it doesn't even cover. To make another one, we could use the darker green. Maybe like this big. We're just kind of eyeballing it. I'm just guessing, guessing. Try it. Cut across this. Ooh, that's not bad. Now I need to get a hole in here somehow. Oh, that's actually not gonna be hard because I literally know the center. This isn't gonna be a super visible part, but try and make it look a little leafier. Alright, now we just plop on the glue. We'll start on the inside edge. I just need to layer the whole thing. I don't know how much glue is right. Hopefully that's proper. I just want to go around it. I'll hold that till it dries. And then we'll start putting on the glue around the side. Find a way to get some glue in here. Up. Ta-da! I think I do want that lighter piece in the center though. Just for cuteness, I guess. Kind of needs glue on all the tips. Oops, burned myself. Ouch. This'll work. Ta-da! And then I can't really do anything here until I realize how it's actually going to connect. I want to start working on the painting part. Ooh, okay, I gotta do some game planning again, because that's kind of all the furthest I thought ahead. Alright, so I got this canvas. She doesn't fit on screen. I also have one that's slightly bigger, but I feel like that's a good size. Otherwise I can use an even bigger canvas. This one's 16 by 20, and then everything could fit inside of it. Cutesy too, and then there'd be more painting. But if I go with the smaller canvas, things can kind of explode outwards more, which I feel like could be really cool. I mean, I could try both. So if for some reason I want to go bigger, I can. All right, we've got a plan. Clean up a little bit. Bring our canvas in here while I determine where everything's gonna go. So it's kind of at an angle. I like this. Ooh, there's like one that sticks out right here, which puts the bow around here. And then there'd be some more pieces. Lots of leaves. And then there's the weird yellow baby's breath, which would kind of just fill in some of the gaps. But basically I want to paint all of these leaves so they're like the background element, and then add leaves also that are coming outward. And then I'd probably just paint the vase, right? Got a lot of space down here. I don't know if I should move it down. And then we have to draw the little stems in there. So then we have to pick colors that match the color of our felt. Unless I want to paint felt, but then I can use any color. I'm gonna see if I can make this color on felt. I might try this, because this seems like a good undertone for it. Let me get out some paints. Let me see if I can mix this color. I'll just put a little bit of each of these. We'll the most of the blue and the brown. And then lots of white. Okay. So first let's make a nice green. This is why you clean your palette. It's so bumpy I can't mix them. It's a very brownish green. Now let's see what it looks like on this. I have no idea what happens when you put paint on. Ooh, that's kind of ugly. I suppose I could try and do it on paper and just make paper leaves. Okay, I think I'm going to try this. This is from a scroller box. It's watercolor paper and then it's cold pressed, so there's a texture. I feel like that'll be handy for leaves. What I could do is just paint the whole flat surface, then wait for that to dry, flip it over, paint the whole flat surface, and then cut out the shapes. That seemed kind of smart. I don't know if you remember this paintbrush, but I completely destroyed it and I have revived it. The paintbrush that once was too stiff has been reforged. Oh, it's looking really gray. Maybe because it's reflecting light. Then when it dries, it might go darker. Add a little painterly texture. I'd love for the background to be super painterly because this is a felt flower, right? It's not exactly realistic. So if I can get the background to look really painty and fun, I think I'll be very, very happy. I also really like the texture of this. All right, we'll put that to the side and let it dry. All right, you're getting a nice peek into my messy desk. But I think it's the only way you're gonna see anything. But let me just kind of throw in some of these leaves and we'll see where we go from there. Basically sketching them in because we haven't done that yet. A lighter one back here. This guy's kind of lighter. Maybe even add in a nice stem. Sketch those in. Ta-da! We got little stems. Is it looking like a plant yet? Kind of do a second layer on some of these darker green ones. And there's basically lots of leaves that are kind of like you see them at an angle, so they're just like almost lines, like it's a leaf from the side. Ooh, I totally forgot to add a background color. Like usually I add something in the back that's not white. I'm just like got so many things going on in my brain right now. Forgot about the basics. I feel like we could definitely fill that in with a lot more. Some like leaf shapes. These leaves are pretty round, so I can do some fun shapes. See, the mistake of not adding in a background color is that you get these little white spots instead of color of whatever you put on the background. I'll switch to a smaller brush. Figure out this yellow color we need. Might need to get some red in it. But for now, we'll sketch it in with this. See, this is where you want the background to kind of already be painted. I definitely need to do the background color here before I start putting too much detail into these leaves. We need to do background color. Do I just want it to be like a light gray? That might be a good option. So what I'm gonna do is mix all that's left probably of our white, blue, and brown. So, get a clean paintbrush and see how this looks. Ooh, it's a little too blue. I think I want something grayer, but it's so pretty too. Definitely gonna need multiple layers though. I also think I want it a lot lighter than that. It looks really good with the yellow though. Wait. Okay, I love it. I love it. I might go a little lighter on the next coat, but I do want the bluish tint. I'm gonna add a little more white as we go near the top. We'll also stretch it out as we get towards the top. Over top of the yellows. But there's gonna be so many layers. These early layers aren't really that important because they change so much. It's important to just kind of fill the canvas so you don't end up with ewy white bits sticking out. And that's really the enemy at the beginning because it will show through at the end if you only end up putting one layer over everything. Just make sure every little bit of white is covered. I'm just blending out a gradient from the center a little bit. Just a little bit. I do want the finished thing to be very painterly. I like the big brush strokes, and so I'm going to try and use the biggest paintbrush for as long amount of time as possible. I think will help with that. I'm going to mix a really white version of this background blue. Fill in the vase. And then we can add the shadows in later, I think. Goal is to cover as much as possible here. Even if that means like shrinking down leaves a lot. So basically I just want to fill everything in. Then we're going to go over with a second layer of everything kind of in the same order. And it should look pretty good, I'm hoping. It's not pretty. That's not too bad for the first layer. So use whatever's left to do the sides because they're not quite the right color. And I just want to not have it be white and patchy. So I'm kind of happy with the layout and the way it's clustered so far. So I just kind of have to wait for that to dry. What we can do while we're waiting, I can flip this guy over, color him in. I just have to mix a new one. Oh, I was gonna grab a paper plate just because I can't really clean it while it's wet. Hey, this brings me back. some blue, lots of yellow, and that'll make a green. Okay, now we need lots of brown, I'm thinking, because it needs to be redder. Let's do the white and get it closer to the right shade. That's really close. I think we're gonna go ahead and place that down. Ooh, this side isn't the same texture. It's a little smoother than the other side. And I'm kind of okay with the leaves being a different color on each side, because that's kind of what the real leaf looks like. Slightly lighter on one side. We'll put him off to the side and hopefully won't make a mess with that. And now we can come in here because it's dry and we can kind of paint in some more of these leaves. Could do a darker one, but I think I'm just gonna color them all the same color here. We'll figure it out from there. See how it's kind of like filling it in better? It's looking more opaque, less patchy. That's why you do multiple layers. I think I wanted one of these to be darker. Maybe this guy. We need the little these things, little leafies or stems. That's what they are. All right, let's grab some of the white paint and add in our little baby's breath blobs. I'm gonna start playing around with this glass because I'm sure that's gonna be tricky. Pretend it's shiny. I can chisel away at that probably in a smidge. So what we need to do next is add in the stems for all of this. Well, currently baby's breath actually. I'm gonna switch back to that tiny brush. Basically it looks like teeny tiny dandelions. So if I grab this and create little cups for each of these, that's like little ice cream cones. And then those are all kind of connected. Clean off the brush, switch to just white, make it more opaque in certain areas. I really like this one, so we probably won't change much about that. Also, these two leaves are too similar. We'll just kind of think of that one as the outside one. But all we have to do is color in our baby's breath, and we're going to try and match it to this color. Alright, let's grab our new yellow. Try and paint in our little, whatever these are. Yellow little baby flowers. Baby yellow flowers. Love how cool little baby's breath changes the painting though. So purple. What do we think is next up? I probably should color in the background one last time. I want it to be almost gray, you know, but not gray. A gray blue. Ooh, that's really close to what we had before. Kind of looks cool. I'm gonna put on a little more paint with this. Alright, it's dry. The yellow's slightly off. I wanted it to match this. Do I want to try and make this more of a warm yellow? Let's try. Oh, shoot, that came out fast. This is a bit more warm. So we'll just plop it on there and fill in these guys. I can also fill in some of these little lighter spots. There we go. I think that looks a lot better. That'll do. Now, what we can do is move on to our flowers. And I was thinking, would it have made sense to just paint one side and paint a whole nother sheet of paper one-sided and then glue it on either side of like one of these wires? Well, we'll test it out. Where'd I put the leaf? Trace it. Cut one out. Could be the experiment. What am I kidding? This whole thing's been an experiment. Okay, so there's our fake leaf. But this paper is actually even thicker than I remember it being. If I do two, it's gonna be too thick. So we need a new sheet of paper. So I'm gonna try just some mixed media because it's only 160 GSM and that's half the size. So mix a little. Do I remember how I did this? Ooh, look at that. Is that pretty good? You can't see. I'm trying to match it. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, paint this edge to edge. Kind of okay with it being all wobbly because leaves are kind of wobbly. You know what might be smart actually? Literally incorporating this exact green color into the painting. You know, because even though you're trying to make the same color, they're slightly different. It is actually very close. So it's actually kind of patchy. I thought I was done with this, but let's put that away. Before I do any more, wait for that to dry and I'll go find my wire cutters. So I thought it'd be dry by now, but alas, still shiny. But I thought what we could do while we're waiting, I cut these to be shorter. So that's where the leaves are going to attach to. But we do have these two guys, which we can attach. Figure out a way, cut a hole into the canvas so that they can stick out, you know? So basically the hole has to be about this big and we don't want it to be too obvious either. So I'm gonna just, I don't know, poke it? I've never cut canvas. Oh, I could use a needle. But yeah, let's try poking a hole. I don't know, where there's some stem maybe. Now does this fit through that? I'm glad I didn't use a knife. Jeez. Let me pinch that. Fold it around. I could just fold for now. Kind of get that out of the way. I could tape it. little short-term solution. Oh, I typed it down. This is where we're at with that. I can probably just bend it where it needs to go. Ooh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's put this guy in there. So let's punch a little hole. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, this is cute. I can't wait for the little leaves. Still wet though. Oh, you know what else I could do? I'm just trying to find things to do now. Okay, glue gun. Some of these guys for some of that yellow stuff. You know, let's just play around. What else do we got to do? Let's just see what happens. A lot of glue. And then kind of just wrap her around. Does it look like it? No, it definitely needs more. I'm just gonna glue another one on here. Put it on all the ends, I guess. Should be able to just rotate this around. That one worked really well, the thicker versions. So I'm gonna try now is literally use a little felt band-aid to attach it. So there, I've got some glue. And we're gonna lay this on there. Glue to the end of this. And wrap it around. All right, I turned off the camera and struggled with this a little bit. I feel like this is good enough, and I don't plan on having too many of these. Just put that, well, I guess I could stick them in right now, couldn't I? Let's poke another place where there's a stem, I think makes sense. Poke and place. Nice and 3D. This is finally dry enough to work with. So now we have these. What I need to do is make sure I cut out two of the exact same shape. So would it make sense to kind of pin these together? Well, the other option would be to fold it in half and use each of them as a front and a back. Glue gun. I probably could use the glue stick. Then I wouldn't burn myself. Can I move it a little? It's cooling really fast. Try the glue stick next time. Oh, no, sure. Okay. Well, let's just do a couple of these. I'll do one of these, guys. What if I glue stick it first and leave the bottom open? That way we can make sure it's lined up. So I just really want to line up these edges. Really line it up. Insert this guy and the glue gun. Oh my gosh. So I'll just make a bunch of these and then we'll figure out where we want to put them. Okay, we're here. We're at the final point. We just have to put it all together. Poke it through the canvas. Might even be able to stick some up higher because this is a lot of structural integrity we're probably losing. There's a leaf. Yes, perfect. This is so crazy. It's a 3D painting. Then we have the long one that's gonna kind of come up through the top. I think we just need one right about here. We're just arranging my fake bouquet. I think that makes sense. So yeah, now I have to glue them all on. I think we'll start with the flower because I think that's the most important. Okay, we'll do baby's breath next. We'll just use a higher spot for the baby's breath. Okay, I'm holding it, I'm pinching it, and I'm just gonna throw some glue on there, kind of create some kind of, I don't know, solidifying glue blob, and then I'm gonna have to hold that down. And then wait. Yeah, that's where I wanted it, I think. But yes, there we go. This is what we've got so far. Picking a leaf, wherever I remembered to put these. All right, that feels good. Let's flip it over, pinch it from this side, and glob on the glue. And we'll just kind of glob a bunch of it on there. Okay, let's take a look. Maybe while it's still a little warm, I might be able to mess with it. Okay. Oh, what do we think? Does it need one more leaf? That would be 4, and I don't really want to do 4 leaves. I'd have to do 2 more, which is totally doable. Just cut a leaf shape out of this. Ooh, now that looks like a leaf to me. Get her in there. Then we have 2 leaves next to each other, which I think looks really cool. Got another kind of foldy leaf. Put it in front. Let's put like 3 there and 2 there. How's that? I think that makes sense. Let's go ahead and glue him in. All right, let's put in the ribbon. I guess we're gonna put the ribbon. The ribbon was supposed to go over here. I might just put it a little higher than originally planned. Like right there. Just have to stick it in through the hole we've made. Pull it all the way through. Kind of tie that in there. Like so. It's not going nowhere. And that should finish it up. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. Like there's lots of ways I can see improvement, but I've never done this before. I've also never really seen it done before. Get some close-ups of my 3D painting. I don't know what you'd call this. It's like multimedia, I guess. I love it. And I already signed it. There you go. I did that when the painting part was done. I love the way it sticks out from the edges of the canvas. I love how our daisy turned out. I can't say it looks exactly like the reference that I was using, but holy cow, does it remind me of it so much, and that makes me so happy. 'Cause yeah, when I was in the hospital, this was my little like ray of sunshine because it literally snowed. But look at it. So pretty. And now I get to keep it forever. I'm so happy. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!